To make money in Forex, you must learn technical analysis. If you have ever asked yourself, how do I know it's time for me to buy or sell? And if you have ever searched for the best Forex trading strategy that you can use to buy or sell, searching for robot indicators, chart pattern, candlestick pattern for you to confirm an entry of buy and sell, you must learn technical analysis. And in this tutorial, I will teach you exactly what is technical analysis, how to use technical analysis to find entries of buy or sell. Now, if you like to advance your skill, we have a mentorship program for you to join so that you can actually advance your skill. So to start, we will look at the trading logic, market context, and we'll end with trading experience. I'll share my experience with you so that you understand in a much better way. Now, let's understand the trading logic. We have basics, we have candlesticks. The candlesticks, they are simple and easy to understand. The logic of a candlestick is that if a candlestick is red like this, it's actually a selling candlestick. It's a selling candlestick. If it's green or blue like this going up, it's a buying candlestick. Just like in this graph, when the chart is going down like this, it's selling. When the graph is going up, it's buying. So that is trading logic. Now, if you're a beginner, you would like to know what is technical analysis, because I've not actually shared what you need to understand as to what is technical analysis. Now, a technical analysis, it's a method that we use, or it's a method of analyzing the past data. When we talk about the past data, we're talking about the past graph or chart, so that we can find patterns that we can later on use on the current market conditions to compare whether we are buying or selling. We use those patterns to confirm whether we're buying or selling. These patterns, they include indicators, they include the candlestick pattern that we can use, they include the market formation of this candlestick, how they actually, the whole structure. So now, the logic, back to the logic is that we have an open price above for the selling candlestick, we have a closed price below for the selling candlestick. It's simple and easy. Now, when we talk about the open price, closed price, we are talking about this price here. You can see here, every candlestick that you see here records the price, and it records the price in this way: open price, closed price. Now, above the open price, we have a higher price. Every candlestick that you see here has a higher price above. Every candlestick that you see here has a lower price below. Now, for the one of buy, it's simple, easy, but it's a bit different from the selling one because it has a different color. That's logic, and it's going up. Then the open price is below. Then we also have the closed price above. Now the lower price is below what? The open price, and the high price is above the closed price. Simple and easy. Now this candlestick, why they move? They move based on market context, logic, trading logic, expectations. And the expectations, we're talking about the news, we're talking about the big players, we are talking about the psychology of the market, where the liquidity is. Because all that we're trying to do here, we're trying to measure the supply and demand. Now, supply and demand, it's another method that we use, but then just to keep it simple, we use technical analysis to understand the whole concept or background or settings of how this graph works, whether we're buying or selling. So now, let me guide you through, since you understand the logic, that the red is selling, the green or blue, it's buying. Simple and easy. So how do you know that you have to buy or sell? Let's first understand the setting, the market context, right? Since now you do understand the trading logic, the graph when it's going down, it's selling, but it doesn't mean that you should sell, because you have to understand market context and you must gain experience. So let's keep things easy and straightforward. If you don't have a trading account, please make sure that you go to our YouTube channel, subscribe there, Bozza the Trader, and we have a WhatsApp group that you can actually join. And if you don't have a trading account at this moment, make sure that you open there. We have a trading group that you can join there. It's free. I give updates as to what you need to know, and for those who need mentorship lessons, they can join signals and all that. Since you do understand candlesticks, we can actually now remove that. so that we don't actually get you to be confused. So market context, let's talk about that. And we can use MetaTrader 5 on our PC. You can use it on your laptop too. And we're going to do this together. Please pay attention. We're going to move fast. So now let's understand the market context. The market context is simple. We have first thing that we have to do is understand our background. We have to understand our background. The first thing we understand the trading logic. Red candlestick is selling, green candlestick is buying. Simple. So now we go to codes. If you have the trading platform MetaTrader 5 on your laptop, you can open it. We'll do this together, and make sure that you open MetaTrader 5. You can also use TradingView if you like to use TradingView on your phone. It doesn't actually change anything. But you must understand something which is important. What I'm going to share now, it's important. So we'll choose Euro USD here, but then at the moment we'll just go with the MetaTrader 5. It's just that I wanted to actually make sure that we understand as to what is happening here. So we'll keep things easy and straightforward. We have section codes here. Section codes, then chart, then trade, then history. For some of the traders who do not understand this trading platform, how to use it, we have another tutorial on this channel. Please make sure that you watch and understand how to use this trading platform. Now, we have the price that we used to buy, that we're using here for buying and selling. We have the assets. Now, the first thing that we have to do is make sure that we select an asset that is best. We select an asset that is best based on its performance and based on spread. Now we'll go with the XAUUSD. Tap into what? Tap on chart. Market context. It's easy, but it's difficult if you don't pay attention. Now, we have the graph here, and on the right here, we have the price. We have the price. I believe everyone can see. This is the price that we have. This is gold versus the US dollar. And above here, we have these features that we can actually use. And let me just give you a bit of explanation so that you understand much better. We have the crosshair that we use if we want to count or check, if we want to count points from here to here. We have this tool here that we can use to add indicators. We have the time frame. We have this icon for making buy limit, sell limit. We have this icon here for making buys and sell using market execution. Now we have the gold versus the US dollar, M15, and let me explain that. Since you do understand what's happening here, if you have any questions, please let me know on the comment section below. Now, this is the graph. Let's remove this indicator because we don't need it at the moment. I want to explain something so that you understand much better. We go back now. When we tap once, we see time frame. If you're using an iPhone, you'll tap here, you'll see the time frame, and we have the time frame here. Let me explain something quickly before you forget what I've said from the beginning. H1, which is 1 hour, to MN. You remember I've mentioned the trading logic of the candlestick. Every candlestick that you see here, if we change the time frame to 1 hour, all the candlestick that you see here will represent 1 hour. Each and every candlestick will represent 1 hour. If we change the time to H2, all the candlestick that will represent H2, which is 2 hours. Simple. I trust that you understand now. So we actually use higher time frame. And when we talk about higher time frame, we're talking about H1 to MN. Now we use this time frame to find what the market direction. To find market direction based on the experience. Now I'm sharing experience and mixing it with the context so that you understand much better. M1 to M30, we are looking to confirm an entry, whether we're buying or selling using the candlestick. We can use candlestick pattern, we can use indicators, and we can use our experience based on how this candlestick formed in terms of points, in terms of understanding. When we talk about in terms of points, we're now getting into what we call price action. And in price action, we are purely analyzing the price candlestick: open price, close price, lower price, high price. And when we are under price action, we now understand the supply and demand, which is quite simple. But then you will need to have experience, trading logic, and market context. Now, when I talk about market context, we're talking about the background and the settings. So let's actually get straight to the point. Since I've mentioned this time frame for you to find entries, this is time frame for you to find market direction. Simple. Now the higher time frame, we start from a higher time frame to a lower time frame. We don't start from a lower time frame. This is the lower time frame when we compare the 1 hour to MN. MN is higher time frame. So we start from higher time frame downwards. I trust you understand. So now I've shared the experience there. Now let's go ahead and understand the market context. Since we are trying to set the environment, we're trying to set our background. We tap once here, we go to settings. If you're using an iPhone, you go to settings, you tap here, you make sure that you have your period separators checked. And also on your PC, you right click, you go to properties, and you go to show, then you make sure that your period separators, they're checked here. If you're using trading view, you do the very same thing. You tap on setting here, icon setting here, you go to events, you go to more settings here, you'll see events, events, and then you'll see session breakers. It's supposed to be somewhere below here. But anyway, we're not going to go through trading view. We have another tutorial here that I explain as to how to use trading view. So we'll use MetaTrader 5. Now, since we have the period separator, we tap here, we go to 1 hour. Now I want to share my experience. Now this is my experience and the market logic. It's simple. This dot line here, vertically and here, it's if you go to, this is 1 hour H1 time frame here, you can see the H1 here. Represent that each and every candlestick is 1 hour. That's trading logic. And when we have this period separator, we are separating day 1 to day 2. Simple. That is trading logic. And when we're looking in terms of the market context, we have to understand we're trading lower price to higher price. The graph or the chart has to move from lower price to higher price, then from higher price to lower price. Now I'll show you how that happens. But then, since I wanted to explain the background here so that you understand much better before we do the analysis, before we do the top-down analysis. Now, we are on H1, so meaning that we're trading within a day. You might be exposed as to we have so many trading styles. We have scalping, day trading, position swing trading, position trading. Now we have this trading style based on this trading logic that we have period separator. If right now we have this period separator here, we have this 24 bar inside here. These are 24 bars here. These 24 bars will represent that you'll be scalping, intraday trading, day trading. That's actually a method that we use as traders to describe what type of a trader are we. Now, that will not give you an understanding as to do I have to have an entry here or what. But then, to have an entry, to know when to buy, when to sell, we first have to set up a chart like this. Same that goes here. Now, the most important thing here, we have time frame, we have the period separators. Then now, we need to use chart pattern, drawing tools, indicators. Now, let me explain that because we have so much here to learn in terms of technical analysis. Let's start with the indicators. Now, let's add indicator here and we go to main chart. We see many indicators. We see trend indicators, oscillators, we see volumes, we see Billy Williams. Now, these are indicators that we use to determine whether we are having an entry of a buy or having an entry of a sell. So let me explain that in a much clearer way. All these indicators, all that they're trying to do, they are trying to calculate. They are trying to calculate these bars. For example, we can take moving average. Moving average is counting the bars, trying to find an average price. Now, we have a period 10 here. We have a period 10. The period 10 simply means that it's counting 10 bars, previous bars that were printed. We are counting 10 previous bar, and we have what we call applied to. The applied to is close. So the close simply means that we are counting or calculating the 10 previous bar, and we're only focusing on the closing price of those 10 previous bar. Let me bring the candlestick back. Remember, I've mentioned the trading logic. of this candlestick, I trust you understand by now that we have the close price. So the indicators will count the close price. You can easily change that. If you like to change that, you can now make the indicator to count higher price, lower price, or you can make it to count higher price, lower price, close price, or count all the four parameters of this candlestick. That you can count higher price, lower price, close price, close price. Simple. So now the moving average is counting to find the average price to determine whether we're buying or selling. However, the indicators, they are simple to use, but they lack context, they lack experience, they lack the expectation, the instinct, and the indicators, if you like to use them, you must understand that you can use indicators, mix them with price action, market structure, and understand context and experience. Now, let me just click on save so that I can explain how the candlestick, how the moving average, you can use it. So if we click on save, since I've explained that it's counting the close, you can change it, and we'll go to the drawing patterns, that the drawing tools that we use. So let's click on save. Now when we click on save, we go back, and you can also edit here on your PC. Go to moving average and you add it there. Period, you set it 10, and you can set it 200, you can set it 50, you can set it however you like. But you must understand that the moment you change it to 20, it will count 20 bars. The moment you change it to 50, it will count 50 bars. 200 bars. But then that actually now shifts your understanding as to you are scalping, swing trading, day trading, or your position trading. So now let's actually understand how this moving average works. So if we tap here, this is 1 hour time frame. We see every bar here represent 1 hour. So the trading logic of this indicator is that if a red candlestick cross over the line, this line here, you take a sell. Example here, cross over the red candlestick, cross below, then you take a sell here. Stop loss will be above, then you are targeting the lower price. But now when you're targeting the lower price, we have to understand that now we're talking about market context, experience. The logic is that if it cross over again here, you close the entry that you took care of itself. So that's the trading logic. But now if you understand the market context, you understand you have experience, then you understand that you take it at the lowest price. The lowest price, since we have the period separators, you can look at the lowest price for the day, highest price for that day. Simple. These are indicators that we're talking about that you can use and implement to trade the financial market, so that you can actually find entries of buy and sell. So I trust now you understand. But then let's look for the one of a buy. Now here's another example. This candlestick, which is green, closed above this line here of moving average, then you take a buy. Stop loss will be below the candlestick. But then if you understand market context, we have experience, you will place stop loss below the lowest for that day using 1 hour. So if right now we're using 1 hour, remember I've mentioned that the time frame for you to get an entry is 1M or M1 up until 2M30. So if you see 1 hour like this close above, that simply means that you can now go to this hour that opened here to find entries in lower time frame. So we can do that with an example before we go to the drawing pattern, drawing tools and chart pattern. Now let's actually add a vertical line just to keep things easy and straightforward. So we'll go to a lower time frame just to make sure that you understand what you need to do. So let's add our time here. Time frame has run away from us, so let's change one time frame. Let's quickly change time frame, and let's go to 1 hour. That was 4 hours, right? That was 4 hours. Let's go to 4 hours again. We want to be in that. This is 1 hour. I thought it was 4 hours. Let's go to 15 minutes. Let's load the time frame. Let's go to 4 hours. Okay, now we go to 1 hour. We want to be on that day, so we'll go to 4 hours, and then we'll go to 1 hour. Then you can see now we want to take that entry in what? In 15 minutes. So we'll zoom in, and now we have two entries that we can take. We can take the entry based on what? Based on market context and experience. This is the low here. We have the low. We have the low. Now we'll explain the low, I'll explain the high so that you understand much better. We can take an entry here, or we can take an entry once this line, once this candlestick cross over this line. Because of what? Because of we are aligning now the higher time frame with the lower time frame to get an entry and risk less money. So I trust you understand. Entry here, stop loss below. But if you understand market context and you have experience, you place stop loss below here. But you must also understand that once you place a stop loss below here, we have what we call a number of points, and those number of points you must understand their value. We're talking about points, and you can also convert them to pips so that you can actually count the value of that risk that you are taking in terms of the points that we have here. So I trust you to understand. So let me explain the low price, the high price, as we touch something here. From the beginning, I've mentioned that all that we're trying to do, we're trying to actually analyze supply and demand. So a lower price, it's simple. We have a lower price here, lower price for the day. This candlestick is the only candlestick that we have for this day before the graph start moving up. Now, this is the lowest price for the day. This is one low. We have second, what? High. This is high. And we have the third low here. We had another high here. We had another low. We had another high here. We had another low. I want to explain that in terms of using the drawing tools or chart tools that we have over here that we can use. You can also use them on your mobile phone. It's that simple. So these drawing tools, we are using them in terms of understanding whether the market is trending up or trending down, and also understanding whether the market is ranging, moving sideways, so that we can actually find entries to make a buy or make a sell. So now the market context here is to understand what time frame are we using. If we're using 1 hour, 4 hours like this, we are swing trading, meaning that we have to find entries from the lowest price or highest price. Then when we actually have to get an exit, we get an exit on the highest price or lowest price, depending if we went with a buy, we'll get a higher price. If we got in with a sell, we'll get out at a lower price. Simple. So we have the drawing tools that we can use to pinpoint from lower price to higher price. Remember, the candlestick, they have close price and lower price here. So we are actually moving from the lowest price to the highest price point, from higher price to lower price, higher price here, lower price, higher price, lower price. Simple. So now we understand the market is trending up. It's trending up, and we have so many patterns that we can use here. Since I've mentioned that we have trend line that is going up, that is going down, sideways, and we also have what? This is where we have support and resistance. This is where we have the head and shoulders. This is where we have the wedge, falling wedge, rising wedge, the flex. This is where we develop the chart patterns. But these chart patterns, they might not be accurate as to finding entry to know exactly buying and selling, because some of the things that you need to understand is you must understand market context. Yes, you understand the logic that we are buying here, we are selling here, but if you do not understand the market context, then you will not know whether we are buying here or selling. If you do sell, you will lose, because you lack the market context, you lack the market background as to how to set the market. How do you know now it's time for you to buy or sell? So since I've explained many things here, we have this trend up that is going up. So how do we actually buy or sell with the trend? Simple. We can mix this trend with price action. Price action, we're talking about the candlesticks as to we are looking for certain candlestick pattern. Such in this case, we can use an engulfing chart pattern. Remember, I've mentioned that we use manual time frame from M1 to M30 to find entries. But this time frame doesn't mean that you cannot trade or analyze using it. You can use it, but you must understand the market context. So now let's actually look at the trending down, since I've pinpointed the trending up. So we can actually go this way. We can use our mobile phone. We can remove this indicator, and we've touched so many important things here. For those who would like to join mentorship lessons, join for sign up for signals, let me know in the comment section below. Let's understand the market using your mobile phone. The candlestick opened here, went all the way down. This is the line that we use, and went up, went down, went up. This is the drawing tool that we can use to pinpoint what? To pinpoint now we're looking for a W pattern. Since I've mentioned we also have W pattern, we also have the trending up, trending down. Now this is the W pattern. You also have an M pattern. You also have head and shoulder pattern, and you have falling wedge, flag. You have so many chart pattern. Now let's actually, this is another W that you can use, chart pattern. All that we're trying to do is analyze the lowest price, higher price, but we don't analyze high price and lower price only. When we analyze the lower price and high price, we analyze lower price and close price, high price and close price. But the market create conditions. Now when you talk about conditions, I want to mention something, that if you like to use indicators or you want to rely on indicators, they will fail most of the time because of the market change conditions. Conditions, we're talking about this price here. You see this price here. If right now an asset is costing, let's say 3,000 now, and then it starts costing 4,000, meaning that it has actually gained value. It has gained value because of the transaction in the real world or some other factors that can affect this asset or financial asset to actually gain value. Now if it goes up, gain value, it changes candlestick formation, it changes the chart pattern that we'll be looking for. So the confirmations that you know, they will change. The candlestick that you're using, they will change. The indicators that you're using, they will change. So many of these will fail because of that market condition, and you lack also the experience. You lack the knowledge, the skill to understand that the market has changed conditions. So you need to adjust because of the pricing. And some traders, they fail because I've seen that 90% they are failing. When you go to quotes, you see we have a spread. Brokers, they add spread, and this spread affects the opening of a candlestick, closing of a candlestick. So the candlestick that we'll be analyzing, they will not be the same. In this case, if you're using demo account to analyze or practice, you are doing analysis in a wrong environment, because you are using a demo. The chart or the graph that you see on demo is not the real chart that you're supposed to see on real account. It's not monitored, it's not regulated, so you can't actually trade the market in the demo account and expect to make money on real account. So you see where we started, where we are going, and where we are getting, so that you can confirm whether we're buying or selling. You understand everything at once. So in this tutorial, I've shared many things. Now let's look for the trending down. How do we know the market is actually trending to the downside? Now let's actually give you a scenario here. We have some of you will prefer trading view, but I don't really recommend trading view. But let's first find our M. Please, let's just find our M. Let's go to 30 minutes. Let's use our 30 minutes here. Let's find our M pattern. I would like to actually share the M pattern. We have an M pattern that we can use. Here's an M pattern on 30 minutes here. Simple and straightforward. You can also, if you don't like to draw these lines using the drawing tools, you can tap, go to settings. iPhone, you can do the same, change line tab to line chart, and go back. Now when you go back, you'll be able to see this line, simple and easy. But then I recommend that we use the candlestick so that we can see the graphics and we don't actually get it much difficult to trade it. So now this is our M. Let's actually find the trending down market, since we are able to find the trading up market. I want to actually explain that to you so that you understand before we end our lesson. Now, trending down, it's simple. We move from high price to lower price to high price, lower price, high price to lower price, and lower price to high price. Then we go all the way down. Now, we have a high price above here. We have a lower price below. We have a high price above also. When the graph turn, making the red candlestick, then we have a lower price. Now we know the market is trending down. Based on what? Based on that, we have the 1, we have the 2, we have the 3. Some of you call it a breakout and retest, but it's how we know the market is trending down. So a breakout and retest is another pattern that we use to trade the financial market. So we have number 4 and we have number 5. So your main goal is to have a logic that we are trading a sell on number 5 and we are taking a price once the market creates the lower price for that day. Easy and straightforward. So it's simple. You can see where we started, where we actually managed to do this analysis. So if you're facing any difficulties as Bozza, you've explained something that is profound, something that is important, something that I did not know, something that I was not aware of. Please, Bozza, teach me. You can join our mentorship program. As I've mentioned, I teach you, I guide you through. You'll be training for 7 days and you'll become a pro to understand how to trade the financial markets without having any difficulties, because we have indicators, we have trading tools or chart tools that we can use for you to actually map out your chart patterns, such as M's and W, head and shoulders, rising wedge, falling wedge, the support and resistance. But then you have to understand the trading logic, market context, experience. So I've shared you with I shared my experience with you. I trust now you have an edge to trade the financial market. And if there is something that you would like to ask me, Bozza, please assist me. I would like to trade with you. Then you are welcome to actually communicate with me. I provided free tutorials on my YouTube channel. You can also watch the other tutorials that I provide here. Make sure that you subscribe, share the videos with others. From me, I love you all. Stay blessed as always, and make sure that you trade responsible and you don't actually risk your capital at once. If you'd like to trade, maybe let's say volatility 75, the synthetic indexes, you can actually make sure that you join my signal group. If you don't have the capability to understand how to actually place a trade, how to actually do analysis and all that, stay blessed. I love you all. I will see you on another tutorial. And if there's something that you'd like to know or learn, leave a comment in the section below. I love you all. Stay blessed.